Hey, what's up, guys? What is going on? Hey, this is me coming back to you guys talking real quickly about owning your own potential, your future potential, all that goodness, right? What exactly does that mean? How are you going to make it work for you in your life? Now, what we're going to be covering today on covering or kind of getting to your real potential is going to be this. We're going to talk over the 30, 60, 90-day program to be social media proficient. So you guys know what to post, where to post, when to post, what kind of content to post, so that you guys can speak with proficiency on all different platforms. Now, Greg, here's a good question. Thanks for asking, guys. How much does it cost? Oh, about zero. Now, the first 30 days is going to be zero. The 60 to 90, there might be, especially after the 60-day mark, there might be a couple of dollars and cents you're going to want to put into action to kind of boost your visibility a little bit. But for the most part, what I'm going to walk through with you guys is a very simple process that will allow you guys to become visible and beat your competition. So without ado, let's get into this program. Let me start sharing this screen here with you guys. So I'm going to duck myself out so you guys can see the entire thing. So here it is. Here is our 90-day social media blueprint. Now, a lot of folks are going to talk that they have a social media blueprint. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do here. So phase one is going to be your foundation. So it's going to be, 1 to 30 days. Phase two is going to be 31 to 60 days. And then phase three is going to be 61 through 90 days. So let's jump directly into this. So a lot of the times, your summary or your performa, you really need to kind of take a look at kind of what's your persona, what kind of lead you're looking for, what's your overwhelming options and plans that don't really require any paid leads. I mean, everyone's paying for leads here, there, and everywhere else because they think that's the only way to go. It's not. There's 100% a free way to do this. Now, we also have to come up with what our goal is. Building consistent and persistent presence where buyers and sellers actually spend their time. Amazing how that actually work, right? Now, number three, key insights. Audience, with agents, there's nothing being posted or just agents posting only things about their listings. It is freaking boring, yo. We've got to get interpersonal. So let's step over to the other side of the slide here and let's look into this. So 30% of all your posts right now should be property showcases. So listing data, valuations, tours, open houses, the highlights, so on and so forth. That's 30% of your postings you should be doing. That's relatively pretty boring, but you get the point. Another 25% is going to be educational tips, myths, and red flags. Now, here's a really interesting thing you can do with this. You can go to you can go to Notebook LM. It's a free product through Google. This is actually where a lot of this stuff was created for me today. And you can go in there to Notebook and you can upload like CC&R files, HOA docs, budgeting docs, financial disclosures, articles about what's going on in the marketplace, anything like that you can put in there, and then it will barf out back different reports. So check out Notebook LM. We'll get into the different systems here in a minute. That's 25% of your marketing or just social media work. 20% is going to be market insights, data. So I'd go to again, I'll go to Notebook. I'll take local data stats. I'll take a look at all the sold properties, download those different sheets, upload them into probably chat, get a good detailed content, refine it down, and then get a good hook or call to action in the very beginning. And then at that point, I would then go into and I would get hooks and then a 70-word description per different platform. So that's 20% of market insights. So use any source that you have that's got great market insights and data that surrounds that. 10%. Or so let's go over the 15%. Behind the scenes, the day in the life of a real estate agent, right? Like, what do you do? How do you do it? Like, what's the trials and tribulations? What can you do better? What can you do worse? Where can you perform better? Where should you spend more time? Walk the customer through this stuff, guys. Be very precise about it. Be a goofball. Be your person. Be the human being that you are not when you're not doing real estate. Like the guy or the gal that goes to the bar, the restaurant, the beach, the boat, the barbecue, the pool party, whatever it is. Be that person. And showcase behind the scenes life. It's funny. Make a blooper reel. It's funny. Then 10% of the time, neighborhood highlights. Talk about what's going on in the neighborhood, different parks, different businesses, so on and so forth. So that's there. And by the way, guys, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel quite a bit on all different platforms. I also want to say hello to Miss Allison. How are you? Good to see you. And also, if you guys like this content, let me know more of other stuff I can create for you. So let's jump on to phase 1. All right, pouring the foundation, 1 to 30 days. So now we're going to have to do an audit and optimize. Instagram, TikTok, switch to a business creator account for analysis. Now, did you know you could do that or create one? But you can go create one right now. LinkedIn, stick to the personal profile for connections. I completely agree with that because a lot of the times through all my social media accounts, LinkedIn and Facebook, I stay on my personal account. I know people have different opinions on that, but that's just how I operate. So you guys do that, but LinkedIn is suggested to stay on a personal one. Let's go to the bio setup. Must include a clear CTA or a call to action. Example, DM me for a market analysis. And then on the LinkedIn bio, you can link in your Linktree or the Milkshake for lead magnets, which is actually pretty freaking cool. I really do like Linktree. It's 100% free. I put it in all my links and all my bios, and it goes to all my social media accounts. All right, the Nextdoor secret. Now, a lot of people talk smack about Nextdoor, and I do too. And I have in the past, by the way. Here's the thing. Nextdoor, yeah, you're going to get the old cat lady talking about the hoodlums down the street that are just messing up my yard and doing anything, and who left this bike here? Okay, I get it. But what if you were able to transfer over to a business account, right? And then you don't sell anything on this account, guys. You're purely a resource. Say, hey, guys, I just closed a real estate transaction. I use this great roofer. I use this great plumber, this landscaper, this architect, this interior designer, this garden architect. Be a resource for folks. Don't sell. Content library. Batch your creations on a monthly basis. So what does that mean? Probably means that you're going to spend about a day, filming a lot of this content. But you want to do horizontal, which is sideways, like you're laying in bed, vertical, like you're standing up. So horizontal for YouTube, vertical for Reels and TikTok, and then facts and questions, answers, text and video. You can shoot any way that really makes it sense for you. Here's the low-cost tool stacks. Now, these are some of the coolest ones out there. Now, I use CapCut, and it's a free version. Now, you can pay for a paid version. The free version is awesome, has so much cool stuff in there. Unless you really want to go crazy with CapCut, you can easily do the free version and no problem. Walkly is probably associated with your MLS or your association of some sorts. What's going to do is really cool. It auto formulates tours. So if you're going to go show a buyer, plug in the addresses, bing, bang, boom, from your starting point to your end point, probably back to the office or the client's house. Now you have an opportunity. You don't have to flip through Thomas Brothers maps and get lost. Now, Opus Clip. This is literally a secret weapon. I didn't even write that, but it is a secret weapon. Now, I paid for Opus Clip. It's like $200 or $300 for the year. No. I take that back. I think I paid like $175 or something. It's very, very, very affordable. What I do is that with this is I take, and this is only one feature of this. Okay. You can go in and take a long form video, 3 minutes to 10 minutes to 20 minutes, whatever it's going to be. You upload it from your YouTube or, Zoom or wherever you're shooting from, right? And it will then take it and break it down into very, very hyper specific clips. And you're going to just be able to define how long those clips are. So if you want the clip, to be anywhere, from, let's say you want it for 3 minutes, right? I set mine for about 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes. It will go and snip out that stuff, and it'll give you a ranking on the bottom left side of how potent it is in regards to consumer consumption. And if they have a little tag at the bottom says trending, definitely want to post those. So I tried this with a video about 2 weeks ago at this point. And I have on one clip talking about a breakup with a recent ex-girlfriend, right? I had one clip. It has 245,000 views on that one clip. It's jumped actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you the exact numbers right now. I'll go over to my Instagram and I'm going to show you, where are you? There you are. Professional dashboard. Okay. So since January 12th to the 15th, I have 418,000 views on my account, which has jumped my overall visibility up by 63,000% based on being 100% transparent and authentic with my viewer base. And that's what people thrive off of. And that's what Opus Clip can really help you with. So that's the video editing there. Let's jump on over here. Design and graphics. Canva and Mojo phenomenal. Opus Clip can help you create some visibility, some thumbnails as well. There's a bunch of different thumbnail creators out there, but yes, those are absolutely insanely cool options to go from there. Allie, how are you, my friend? Good to see you again. Yes, yeah, 418,000 in like less than a month. It's unbelievable. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's go over here to scheduling. I don't like scheduling. I like doing a blast. So if we're going to go back up and talk about Opus Clip, that's another, whoops, shoot, I went too far. Went a little too far there. Opus Clip, another thing they can do is you can grab all of your links or just a couple of your links, your selection, right? You can select whatever you want. Then you can hit schedule, auto schedule. It's going to be an upper right-hand side. It will then auto schedule it on all your different accounts, and it'll stagger them out for the next 1 to 2 days so that your social media accounts are getting hit. Now, here's the point about the videos, right? You're going to put out there. This is the most important part. Take the time to get out there and really interact with the people that are actually responding and viewing your video. If they make a comment back. Never be rude, always be polite and positive, but be honest. Like, comment, thank people. Let the algorithm know that you're in a friendship and in a social media relationship with these other individuals. Sorry, mouth was running dry. Now let's talk about this. LinkedIn Sales Navigator. One of the coolest things, honestly, I have found for quite a while. It is going to be, I would pay to upgrade for this thing, but it is well worth it. If you liked LinkedIn, you can work off of LinkedIn. This is a great option for you. Phase 2, framing the structure, baby. Now we've got through our first 30 days. Now we're day 31 through 60. So what's our objective? What's our blueprint? What are we looking to do here? So we have to shift from sporadic, spontaneous postings with content with no rhythm. You have to be consistently in a certain rhythm. People will come to watch what they know you provide. Like, I know a lot of folks that are on social media. I know one of my friends, all she does is work out and hang out with her kiddo. Another friend, he talks about real estate while he's driving in a car. I have another buddy of mine that shows his dog on the beach. I have another buddy of mine that shows himself working out. Another friend that shows herself working out. I know what I'm getting when I tune in. That's why I tune in. So what would you bring to the table as content that you could show people that you have a consistent, persistent vibe with content? Like, I'm getting all caught up in the political stuff right now, like everybody else is, right? So I have my pundits I go to and I listen and I watch and I laugh and I watch the other side and I listen and I laugh, but I know what I'm going to get. So know what people are going to get when they listen to you. So let's go over here on the right-hand side. Instagram and Facebook, 2 to 3 posts a week and daily stories. So what does that mean? So that means every week you're going to post 2 to 3 times. That's post just on your timeline, right? Don't do, hey, look at my spaghetti I'm eating. No, make it interesting. Make it something that you find funny, because your life is like a book. Every day is like a book. Every day has a chapter. So when you got up and you brush your teeth, that's a chapter. You put your clothes on, you went out and had coffee. That's a chapter. You got in the car, you went to the office. That's a chapter. You know where I'm going with this. Make a story about the interesting parts of the day, the things that you would want to watch, right? It's like cooking. When I was first starting to learn how to cook, and I still try to kill people when I cook because I'm a really crappy cook, but that's neither here nor there. I talked to a lot of chefs, and I said, guys, how in the heck do you cook? Every single chef told me this: Greg, cook to your taste. Cook for what you want. So let's look at that thought pattern again. So when it comes to social media content, what would you find interesting? And then post it. You don't have to be a guru. You'll find your footing on this. It's not a problem. TikTok, 3 to 5 videos, a week. I would probably say more around the 5 videos, because you can go to Pinterest, you can go to social media, you can go to Ground News if you want to do political stuff. Ground News is where they weigh both sides of the story, both liberal and Republican, and then the independent, so you kind of see where it's coming from. It's really pretty interesting. If you want to do real estate content, go to Inman News, grab a couple of articles, go to MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, real estate stuff, grab all articles down that pertain to that article, that content variety, and pull them down. Go into Notebook LM, drop them in there, let it create stuff. I'll show you how that's done in a minute. LinkedIn, 2 powerful professional posts weekly. So you can go into like Open AI, right, or chat, and you say, think as a professional, article writer or blogger or vlogger about blank subject matter, and then give it context, and then let it write a professional article written as a human. Now, of course, you have to go back and tweak it, but you can get a lot of stuff done, and LinkedIn will love your content. Make sure with LinkedIn, you have to get in the first 1 to 3 sentences are the only parts that they're going to see. So make sure that you hook them in the first 1 to 3 sentences. Now, what's a hook? A hook is something that, like, okay, it's that thing that you see on the internet. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you can't believe what so and so did to such and such. You're like, ooh, what happened? Click. That's a hook. Make it tantalizing. Make it interesting. Then people will follow you. Okay, let's get back to this. And then YouTube, 1 long form video every 2 weeks. I would scrap the every 2 weeks part. I think that's a little lackadaisical. There's so much content out there you can shoot. So, I mean, we'll get into that in another slide. All right, your weekly content calendar. Now, this is the really cool part. Now, everyone's like, where should I post? When should I post? How should I post? Here you go, girlfriends and boyfriends. And by the way, if you guys want this, just type in, let's say social, right? Type in the word social, and then DM me with that. And then I will, with your email, and I will send you my breakdown sheet, my working sheet, and I'll give you this PDF as well, this whole docs that we're looking at right now, so you guys can use it and spread it out and look at it. Okay, Monday, market update, baby. Instagram, carousel of weekend sales data. That's pretty interesting. What was for sale on Friday? What went pending by Monday? My apologies. That will also help you look at your absorption rate. It'll really make you highly tuned into what the marketplace is doing when we talk to people out and about in the street. LinkedIn, analyze the why prices changed. Like in the area that we typically work, one of the cities called San Ramon, California. And in San Ramon, there was this large company you may have heard of called Chevron. Their headquarters was in San Ramon. One of my buddies actually a couple of friends worked for Chevron. And they moved their headquarters to Texas. Now, what are they going to do with all that land? What about all those homes that are going to have to be sold? Get a hold of the HR, link in with them, talk about what you do, show them some cool video clips you have. Kind of a cool idea, right? Then go to TikTok. This is on the just for Monday mornings. The most surprising stat. Now, I actually really like that one. The most surprising stat. So you can go don't make it up, but go find a really cool stat about your marketplace. Send it out to these different platforms. Now, each one of these platforms is going to take you 2 to 3 minutes a pop to riff out some information. So it's super simple. Tuesday's Education Day, baby. Graphic, staging, financing. Okay. How are we going to do a graphic on staging and financing? Really easy. Go get some articles on staging and financing. You can go get YouTube videos. You can get articles. You can pull up content. You can get stuff from your stagers, like what they do for, off their websites. Financing, talk to your lenders, get any kind of documentation from them, upload all of that to Notebook LM, and it will create a slide deck, infographics, audio, visual, videos and audio recordings. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. But that's Tuesdays. Wednesday, as we move through this really quickly, property showcase. Here's another one here for you. Showcase. Property tour with a secret feature that's revealed. Now, let's say there's a grotto in the pool. Let's say there's a secret library behind a bookcase. There's a servant's stairwell. There's a second backyard that nobody knows about. There's a lake attached to the property. Fill in the blank. Make it something that nobody knows about. You can reveal it. You become the author of awesomeness around real estate in your marketplace. The LinkedIn investment potential analysis. Again, you can go in and use multiple different systems, plug them in, and you can then pipe that out, have an article written with demographics. I use that with OpenAI. And this, everything that you're seeing right now is written and produced by it went through Open, which is chat. And then I put it into Notebook and I created this slide deck. So it's very simple to do. You can also use all this stuff for clients. Thursday, behind the scenes. This is when you're going to kind of show day in the life. You get up, you get the kids going, you get your husband or wife out the door to their jobs or whatever they're going to do that day. You kind of show me your life. What's going on? What's new? What's exciting? TikTok, negotiating on the phone vlog. I I have something dry stuck in my throat, and it's very irritating at the moment. But here's the cool thing. They say vlog. It's a YouTube, guys. That's what they're talking about, or like Instagram or Facebook or something like that. I use a couple of different resources for this. I mean, StreamYard is the system I'm shooting on right now, which I shoot out to multiple different locations with one click. And I headline every single one of them a little bit differently. So that's up to you if you guys want to do that. And then Fridays, it's community. Let's have some fun. Local business features. This is the fun part about doing this. Go out on a Friday. Go to a local restaurant. Like my buddy Rodney Worth owns a bunch of restaurants in the valley here. And I'd go in with him. I'd go to his country restaurant. I would go to his breakfast places. I would go to his dinner restaurants. And we would make food, have fun, have some laughs. We would drink some drinks, pair them with the food. And it really, everyone knows Rodney. A lot of people know me in the community. So they have that connection, that correlation of two business owners collaborating. Very, very powerful stuff. Also, if you want to do other features, I mean, think about this. What about if you went and did like interview with the mayor? So I did a Mayor of the Month program, and I made that up. You guys are welcome to steal that, by the way. Mayor of the Month. Pick 12 mayors around the marketplace that you work in, right? Or it could be county supervisors, parks and rec. It could be school principals. It could be anything. But get out there, interview local people and people that are of prominence that people will recognize. If there are sports figures, if there are music artists, or if there's actors or actresses that you know, or could be known through a third party, see if you can do an interview with them. Everybody likes a little recognition, and you're not selling them a darn thing. You're just helping the community, and people dig that. Did I go past one? Yep, I did. I went way past that one. Okay. Platform deep dive, visual engines, Instagram, TikTok. Guys, like I said, on the left-hand side at the top, the hook. Catch the viewer in the first second. It has to be compelling. It has to be something strategically thought about that you would click on, all right? So it would be like the 10 things you must know before you move to this horrible city. Fill in the blank. 10 things you wouldn't believe this city has available to its owners. Or residents, might want to say residents. But here's the thing. Once you get them hooked, that'll bring them into your ecosystem. Then you bring the content, make it as long as you have to be, but as short as you can be. That is the biggest thing. Don't be all long-winded and shit. Break it down as fast as possible. Now, I'm moving as fast with these documents and these slides as I humanly can right now, because I could go long ways on this, but it's going to waste your time and waste my time. And I want to get you guys out there putting this into action and make some money. So do that. And then stories. Always tell a story. Storytelling is an age-old thing that when you perfect how to tell a story that gets people just pulled into it, that will get people involved because they want to be on the journey with you. People mostly live a very boring life. And if they can live vicariously through you, like, oh my God, look at Jane, look at Bob, look at Phil, look at Rebecca, they're killing it. That's what you want. You want people to be excited to see you and hear from you. Now, TikTok's a little bit different. I know it can grow very, very, very fast. Now, it's going to be a vertical format. So it's obviously up and down, right? Very simple. I would keep it, like they're saying, under 90 seconds. Definitely keep it under 90 seconds. I'd probably keep it maybe 30 to 60 seconds. Short, concise, to the point. If you have to, try it out a couple of times, do it, but just go for it. All right, platform deep dive, professional networking. This is going to be LinkedIn and Nextdoor. So LinkedIn is for professionals. So you're not going to go into LinkedIn and talk about doing a keg stand at a triple kegger on the beach with your buddies and girlfriends at the lake. Not the right platform. That's Instagram. That's Facebook. That's YouTube. Those platforms. LinkedIn's professional. So be a thought leader, right? Here's a good hook. Only the first 1 to 3 lines, like I told you, are going to be visible, so make them freaking count. Short paragraphs, white spaces, ending with a question. Always bring a question. CTA, call to action. What would you do this if you could do this? How would you put this in your business? Was this helpful for you? Give me something I can push out that would be informational benefit for you. Go from that point. And then it says the content, market analysis, lessons learned from transactions. Be transparent. For all of you that weren't here in the beginning of this video, I told a story that I had a breakup recently, whatever. And I did a video for my new show called Everybody Has a Story. And I just bared my soul to the world. And I have 240,000 views on that video talking about how I lost everything in one day with one comment. People went bananas. Now, there are a bunch of keyboard warriors out there that had some really nasty things to say. I just shook it off. No big deal. It's cost of doing business. But it's the truthfulness and the honesty and the grittiness when you're doing camera work. Don't be fluffy. Don't be all bullshit like this is what I'm supposed to say. No. Be honest, be authentic, be real, be you. I don't care what that is, be you. People will gravitate towards who you are. They already know, like, and trust you. Do not try to be me. Do not try to be Bob down the street from Remax. Do not try to be Stacy from, Intero or whatever company. I like Intero. I used to work for Intero actually originally, so I actually have no qualms with them. But the thing is, be willing to show your vulnerable side in your underbelly, the things that nobody else talks about. The reason why nobody else is talking about it. That is what makes you stand out. Okay, now next door. A lot of people think next door is just, someone left a bike in the street. The kids are making noise. Who's walking through my neighborhood? Blah, 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 blah. I have the greatest ones are like, oh my God, there's this huge spider. What kind of spider is it? Or, oh my gosh, there's a snake in my yard. Does anybody know the type of the snake? I'm like, take a picture and upload it. I mean, you'll figure it out. But that's what they post. But you can do this. Now, this is like a hyper-local Facebook, right? People talking about dumb stuff. But you can get in there and you can create your own business account. Never, ever, ever sell in there. Your content should be around lost pets, contractor recommendations, marketing tips, all kinds of stuff. Like, hey guys, I just learned about this new thing called Notebook LM. You got to check it out. It's radically changing my business. It's a free product from Google. I'm not selling you anything. It's just something super cool. I thought you might like it. Hit me in the comments if you like it or not, right? And the key insight takeaway here is be the trusted neighbor that wins every single time. Don't sell, be the trusted neighbor. Platform deep dive. Okay, now YouTube stats. Those are incredibly interesting to go back and look at. I would highly recommend going into the YouTube creators channel on the backside. They'll give you all kinds of great opportunities to really see what's going on. Neighborhood guides, property tours. I mean, that's something that, the stats say that those are really well received. So I would do that, clear up your hooks, create the chapters, customize the thumbnails. Thumbnails used to be a real pain in the butt to do. Go to Opus Clip. I think you can do it for free, but then you have to sign up if you want to do it some more. But if you pay for, you can do it through Grok, Gemini. Gemini will create some thumbnails. Chat will create thumbnails, but get a couple of custom thumbnails and have some fun with it. Pinterest is really pretty interesting. I haven't really got into it myself yet, but what the whole idea with Pinterest is like, let's say you have a listing that's I'm going to use a round number here, $1 million listing, right? You can go into Pinterest and you can take that photo with your account, push it in there. On the backside, you can link back to your webpage to that photo, which then you can capture the people's information if they come on and they register, they want to keep looking around at houses. It's a great place to just be visible through photos and video. Now, this is not a teaching area. This is a more visible or visual platform, as we're all aware of. So take a look at that and just kind of mess around with the Pinterest one. I just like it for getting inspirational quotes, meditation stuff, eating recipes, ideas for my dream house. If you guys want to go see my dream board on my Pinterest account, kind of see what I'm doing, I left it as an open one. I didn't make it private, so it is there. I think you just look for Greg McDaniel. You'll figure it out. And then this one, the long tail play. A lot of the times, if you're not familiar with what a long tail is some of these platforms like YouTube, Pinterest, those are going to be long tail. More instant gratification going to be Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook, and TikTok. Excuse me. But the long tail plays are the lasting content. The stuff is going to be around for a long period of time, aka evergreen content. So if you watch it now in 26, but then you don't see me for 2 years, and 2028 rolls around, and all of a sudden the content's still there and it's still relevant, that's long tail content. All right, guys, we're getting close here. All right, we're at the 61 to 90 day phase of this whole process. All right, so we're going to do this. we're gonna just really we're gonna analyze what's working, okay, and what's not working. Then we're gonna refine it down like a wine or a recipe. If you're gonna be cooking something and reduce it down, that's exactly what we're doing. Look at your numbers, track this stuff, because as soon as you understand what works and what doesn't work, if it's not working, dump it. Stop wasting time. Double down on things that are working. Lead magnets, introducing downloadable resources, in your stories or in your posts or something like that. So, like I said earlier, all you guys have to do is DM me with the word. I don't know what the heck the word was. I think I said like marketing or something. Anyways, DM me with any word with marketing, scaling, whatever. And I'll send you the slide deck and also send you my working document off this with resources going back to all the reference points that I actually got when I built this slide deck. So you guys know I'm not making this stuff up. All right. I'll give it all to you. As long as you guys put it to use and share it with somebody so everybody can make some more money and have some more fun, right? Demographic check right up here, right? Whoops, shoot, I keep pressing the wrong button. Ensure your followers match your target buyer's profile. Adjust posting times if necessary, aka TikTok mornings versus evenings. You can get stats on this all over the place. And this is the thing that I really thought was really interesting. So all the social media work that you're putting into action, right? Check this kitten out. Newsletters. Oh, newsletters are dead. No, they're not. No, they're not dead in the slightest. Here's the cool thing about it. Newsletters, you take all this video content, all this stuff you're creating, and then you put it into a file on your computer. Then you or your assistant on a monthly basis, you take that content and you push it out to your database, aka newsletter recipients, in a digital format. Doesn't cost you a dang dime. You've already done the work. Now all you have to do is copy, paste, and put it into a newsletter and send it out. It's mind-numbingly simple. You'll stay top of mind. Always do a CTA, call to action, at the end of everything that you do. Accelerate the paid strategies. Now, I'm not so big on this one, but whatever. This is the paid side if you want to get more and more visibility on this. So geo-targeting ads. We all know about geo-targeting ads, geofencing, stuff like that. If you don't know what geofencing is, go ahead and take a look at it. Basically, if you have an open house at 123 Main Street and you want to invite all the local neighbors within a quarter mile, half a mile, you can draw a geofence around that property through different services, and you can hyper hit those specific properties with invites to come to your open house through Facebook and Instagram ads. Target specific zip codes. I wouldn't do anything with income brackets. I think they kind of took that away, but a zip code should be pretty obvious to just, see what kind of incomes are going to be taking place there. Next door sponsorships. Become the next door expert for a specific zip code, which you have to be in a specific zip code with Nextdoor because they only allow you to a certain radius around your current registered location of living. Then LinkedIn Sales Navigator, really cool product. Look into it when you guys have a moment. I actually really enjoyed it when I was using it. Very powerful if you want to do inboxes directly into the LinkedIn community. All right, swipe files, video scripts. So Property Showcase, the hook. Let's hear. Here's the audio version. You won't believe the hidden room in the Santa Clara home. Now, Santa Clara is just a city, county here in the Bay Area, but it could be, fill in the blank, your county home, right? Visually, you're going to cut to the tour, reveal the secret study behind the bookshelf or the grotto in the pool or the secret, garden or whatever's cool about the house, right? Or check this out. There's a pond in the middle of the entryway with sharks. That's actually a video that was done out of LA from this young, 20-year-old couple of years ago. And shit, man, I think it had a couple 100 million views on it because I watched it a couple of times. It was cool. They had sharks swimming around in the front pond in a house. Had to be a mafia house. Script 2, behind the scenes. Audio. At 6 a.m., coffee first. Staging a home at Willow Glen, then negotiate an offer. Follow along for the chaos. Now, see how that kind of grabs you? I like the last one. Follow for the chaos. That gets me excited. What's going to be the chaos? What do you mean chaos? Why would it be chaotic? I've got to stay tuned. This is interesting. But I know what you're doing. It's 6 a.m. You're drinking coffee. You're staging a home. I know where you're going to be. So that's in my neighborhood. Oh, I got to take a look at that house in Willow Glen. Then I'm going to negotiate an offer. So I'm an active agent, but follow for the chaos. That lets people's brains explode. Also, I've tried the poll stickers, the polls and the stickers and questions and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe just people don't like giving me answers, but I've seen other people get some good responses. But try it. See if your audience will respond to you. I mean, if you don't try it, you'll never know. So give it a run. All right, swipe files, professional updates. So LinkedIn market update and then the client summary story. These are very simple and it's very self-explanatory. So if you want to do a LinkedIn market update, it says Santa Clara's median home price rose 3% this month. Why, do you ask? Tech workers, demand versus low inventory. Homes under $1 million sell within 12 days. Luxury takes 35. Strategy matters. That's a good hook. That's a good little script right there. And then, of course, the other one, client story, you can tell about the success. The Smith story, the Smith family thought they were priced out of their dream school district. By leveraging down payment assistance and negotiating closing costs, we got them into a 3-bed below list price. This is why I love my job. Who doesn't like to hear that? And it's simple, and it's authentic, it's real, it's you, it's your life. That's what we're talking about. Here we go. Golden rules, guys. For the engagement side, 80-20 rule. 80-20 always takes place, the Pareto rule. Provide 80% of value at the time. Sell your listings only 20% of the time. Please do not go out and just post videos or post on social media of a flyer of your open house. Please stop doing that. If you're gonna do that, then do a voiceover and walk me through the property. Tell me about it. Put a little music behind it. Get some trending music behind it. Or, new shock, you actually just have the flyer up, you show it to them, then you just, read it off and you talk to them about it. Give them your favorite thoughts. Be in front of the property. Get the bullet points out. Barf it back out. Let's see here. Compliance. Oh, God, yeah. They're big. Always make sure you're staying true to the fair housing rules and your MLS rules. Do not put your big hairy toe over that line. You will get it cut off. And it's not fair. It's not nice to exclude certain folks for whatever reason some people might deem necessary. That's not the case. Everybody deserves a home in any place that they can afford. I love that opportunity. Authenticity. Vulnerability builds trust. Let's go back to my story about getting over 240,000 views on one video in about 3 days because I was 100% vulnerable. And I knew I was really nervous. I didn't shoot that video for about 3 days because I was so nervous about shooting it. And everybody who knows me, they're like, dude, you were pretty nervous. I saw you sweating and you don't really talk like that. I'm like, yeah, I was freaking freaked out. Yeah, I was nervous. But share the mistakes in life. Who cares? Not everybody wins all the time. Don't be the highlight reel that everybody posts on Instagram and Facebook. Oh my God, look what I'm doing here. Oh my God, look what I'm doing here. Oh my God, look what I'm doing this. Oh my God, look at that. Stop it. Be real. Be honest. Be truthful. Be transparent. People will gravitate towards you because they can relate to you. Community. Social media is a conversation, guys, not a megaphone, okay? You're not here yelling at people. If I walked around and with a megaphone in a crowd and said, hey, look what I had for dinner, people would probably get pretty upset. But if I said, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe I just had this amazing pasta made from, this thing called spaghetti squash with fresh made pasta sauce, with French bread, with a nice glass of red wine. It was glorious with some cheese on top. Do you guys eat the same thing? Community conversation goes miles. Oh shit, forgot one. Reply to comments. Join local groups to help. Do not pitch. 90-day outlook, guys. So what we've covered here, day one, we were banana cakes, right? We're confused and overwhelmed. Craziness. Now we put together a plan. Day 90, consistent brand and engagement. Be a part of the community and build a consistent library of reusable assets. That is what you call evergreen content, the stuff that will never die. So a park, right? There's a park called Hat McGee Park. Long story about what it used to be, but now it's a rec area, big grass area. They hold weddings there. They have a huge dog park, kids play area, community garden, walking to a lot of houses in the area, close to the walking trails. I mean, it's a great place. That's evergreen content. You could post that probably 4 times a year. People would not remember that you posted it, 3 months ago. And if they did, even cooler. That means they're paying attention to you. All right, guys, that is it. That is our 90-day kind of blueprint there. So I want you to do a huge flavor for me. I want you to go and I want you to really kind of look at what you've heard today. Again, DM me if you guys want this. I will give you that slide deck right there, and also give me a working document, which will go over exactly what I just showed you, but more in depth. And any questions you have about any of the content, there's going to be sub footers on there that's going to link back to the actual source so you can get the actual source information so that you know that I'm not just pulling this out of my keister. This is actually real content that you guys can use and then build off yourself. Make a video of, use the same content, make a video for yourselves. Push it out to your social media. Push it out to if you're a trainer, coach, speaker, and this is relevant, steal it, revamp it, reuse it, rebuild it. I don't care. But use content, guys, every step of the way. All right, I've taken up 40 minutes on 40 seconds of your day. I appreciate you guys. I love you to pieces. I'm going to keep coming back with more content. If you guys liked it, make sure you crush that like button, subscribe button, leave me a comment, give me a ding, thumbs up. Really helps the channels and my social media reach so I can help more people get out there and be the bad mofos that you are. I love you guys. Until next time, boom, peace, love ya. I'm out.